Your mate is not supposed to be responsible for making you happy. Making you happy. Making you happy.
Welcome
to the J&O Show.
Where we talk about
things that we would never told. I'm Jay.
And I'm O.
And now you know.
If you guys are new to our channel, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on your post notifications so you can know when we upload, because you never want to miss an episode. Also, if you guys are new here, if you have ideas for show topics, go ahead and put them in the comment section below and write hashtag next show, so that way we can easily filter through and give you more of what you want. Okay? So today, we actually are going to be kind of doing a reaction video, but also talking about how you can stay together. Okay, yeah, we're doing a reaction video to some YouTubers that we actually really like. Their channel is called The Rich Way, and we're going to show you, or not show you, but we're going to talk to you about some of the things that happened with them, because they broke up recently and they've been together for about 5 years. And we're going to talk about some of the things that we noticed over time watching them, and because their channel is pretty much about them and their lives, and they do a lot of pranks and things of that nature. And there were some things that we noticed while watching them that we were kind of like hoping that it didn't lead to basically where it is now. So we want to talk about how you can learn from, you know, their mistakes and try to avoid some of these situations in your relationship. Okay, so
how, pray tell, if you go and look at the show and you see what they do over there, and you look at what they do, what we do over here, and you be like, how'd that go? What you mean you watch them?
Yeah,
it's a very young couple in like their mid-20s at this point.
Yeah,
they do mostly pranks on each other for the most part in the channel. If you go down and you look, don't look at the recent videos.
Got it. No,
go back a few weeks. Go back a few weeks when he with the other girl.
the main girl that's in the picture with
girl.
him. Yeah.
The girl that's in the header when you turn, the girl that's there, go back and look at those videos.
Yes.
And you might be like, why are you there? At one point in time, I don't know if it was like 2 years ago, I found them, because it was not just them, it was them and another
it was a while ago.
Another couple, K-More. And he was with the oh yeah. My goodness, I can't remember the girl. I'm so sorry. I watched that channel and I can't remember her name. It's only because it's Kelly. Ha! I knew I was gonna remember it. It's K-More and Kelly. They were together. I found them in Richway at the same time around. And what I was doing is I was going through YouTube looking at couples that reminded me of what it was like when me and my wife first got together, both times. Bruh. So that's one thing when you get deep into your relationship and you get your years in, one of the ways you think, how do we keep it fresh? Find a reminder. For me, looking at these young couples on YouTube playing practical jokes on each other and pranking each other, it sort of reminded me of the fun and the carefree nature of our young relationship. Remembering to have fun with each other, right, and just chill and bug, and sometimes just make time to just be. Right. It doesn't always have to be a thing. Like sometimes just enjoying each other's company can help to sort of refresh and add a little bit of spice to your situation. You know what I'm saying? Little spice. So that was one thing in their video. Angelica, when they did the breakup video, she was talking about how their relationship was going, and she felt that the spark was dying, and that was one of the things we were saying that would help with sort of reigniting it over and over and over and over again for the next 50-60 years until you pass away. Find a reminder. Right. Find something that makes you feel again, makes you think again, that makes you smile, and remember the things about your mate that used to make you smile for no reason. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we've talked about this before in previous videos, but when you're with someone for a long time, you go through stages of love, and they're not linear. You kind of hop around, and
if you're planning on spending the rest of your life with somebody, you might want to be aware of these different stages that you're going to go through, because sometimes people, they get stuck in certain stages. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. One of the things that we also noticed with them, as we mentioned again, they're YouTubers, they record their lives, they do practical jokes and things of that nature with each other. They are from New York and they moved down to Florida, to Miami. They don't really have family in that area or a lot of friends. They're pretty much down there by themselves, so they're in a bubble pretty much, okay? And because YouTube is pretty much all they do, they are in the small percentage of people who can make a living basically being on YouTube and not having to worry about doing a 9-to-5. So that affords them a lot of freedom to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do. So them having that time freedom and money freedom and being away from friends and family and kind of just being by themselves all the time, I feel like it put them in a bubble where they created a false sense of reality to a certain extent, because that is their reality, but there's only but so much time that you can be away from everyone, especially if you are wanting to build a family, because that's one of the things that they want to do. They want to get married and they want to have kids, very much so. That's something that they talk about all the time. And when you have children, you definitely want to make sure that you have a support system, whether that's your biological family, like blood family, or if it's close friends or something like that. But you want to have that type of support system, because they basically are to themselves. They live together, they work together, they play together, they do everything together, and it's just the two of them, which is not necessarily a healthy thing for your mate to just be your everything. Like, you do need to have some things for yourself, so that way you can have some time away from each other to help keep things fresh, so that way you do miss them from time to time. You know the saying, absence make the heart grow fonder.
All right.
Sorry, Mom. Call you back. Yeah, you know how they say absence make the heart grow fonder? Same thing. It's like you need to be able to have that time, that separate space, basically, for you to kind of do your own thing.
And one of the things that Angelica was talking about, Richie, the guy, was about his purpose, about his business. He was spending more and more time pursuing music and doing YouTube, which are the two things that he loves to do.
Right.
And she sort of felt like she got lost in the sauce, so to speak, and she didn't feel like she had anything for herself. And so that would be the next thing. Find your purpose. For some women, the purpose may have been enough for them to go and have the kids and to be occupied with, you know, the kids, and to be occupied with running the household, right?
Right.
That's not necessarily the thing for all women, but knowing your purpose when you're in a relationship will help you, especially if children aren't there, because maybe you met somebody and y'all got together and you got married before the whole purpose thing was fleshed out, but you don't have kids yet, so you still have time to work, you know what I'm saying, to build what you want to build before you introduce kids into it. So there has to be some purpose there. Your mate is not supposed to be responsible for making you happy. Making you happy.
Bruh.
Your mate does not make you happy. You can have happy times with them,
Right.
but they are not responsible for your happiness. Your happiness can only be contained by pursuing and attaining your purpose. And for a lot of people, family is a big part of purpose, right? So that's why a lot of people are very content and happy with having families. Purpose is a across the board, across the spectrum thing. It's different for every person. Do not get caught up in somebody else's purpose.
Right.
Because that doesn't mean that that's yours.
Right.
You have to figure out what yours is, and that is the only thing that is going to bring you happiness. Next, girl, I'm trying to move it on. I see the time. I'm trying to go.
So we're trying to make sure we hit certain points, guys. So that's why you see us looking down. But all of what we already said, going back to the stages of love and the reminder and everything like that, that bubbly, giddy feeling that you feel, butterflies and everything, that's typically your infatuation stage. It doesn't last always. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not something that will last forever.
That joke's gonna run out just like gas in your car.
And not to say that you're not still attracted to your mate or what have you, and it's not exciting to be around them, but it's just that every stage of love is there for a purpose. Purpose. Pun intended. Everything has a purpose. It's a reason why you have that time, that space for you to be able to really connect and really get to know basically the person that you're going to be with. But your love matures, it evolves, and it's not, you're not going to be in that stage forever. And one of the things that Angelica mentioned in the video is that she wasn't having that feeling anymore. And Richway, he seemed really hurt by that. And I think there's just confusion on what that means, because I think he may have translated it as she doesn't love me anymore, or she's not in love with me anymore. And I don't think that it's that, because again, like we said, there are stages of love. It's just that Angelica is she's moved out of that stage, whereas he may still be in that stage. And that's not uncommon. You know, you guys are not going to be in the same stage at the same time all the time. Sometimes you may be, sometimes you might not be. But the thing is that you have to learn to recognize this, especially when you're talking about long term, when you want to get married. You can't just be like, you know what, this isn't working, or because I'm not feeling that, something is wrong. No, it doesn't mean anything is wrong. You're evolving in your relationship, and it'll happen a lot quicker when you are with the person all the time and you're living with them. It's different if you're dating a person, like if you have your own home, they have their own home, and you guys only come together when you're going on dates and different things of that nature. But when you're with the person all the time, it's pretty much like you're married already. You're living that type of married lifestyle. So things are going to evolve.
Speaking of evolution.
Yeah.
Stage 2.
Yeah.
Commitment. They were already in this stage. Like we said,
okay,
stages don't necessarily go in order.
Right.
Commitment stage is, I'm with you. In our culture, over here in the Western world, it generally means that I'm only with you.
Hey, who mess is this?
Right? But I'm with you, I'm committed to you. A lot of people in commitment stage get married, they move in together, they become boyfriend and girlfriend, they get engaged. That's just the maturity of, you know what, I've gotten past the giddy, I'm always, sweaty palms and all of that other stuff, and I'm in the stage of, I want to commit to you.
Right.
So that would be our stage 2. And stage 3 is
disillusionment. So this basically is, this is the stage of where Angelica is, basically, because she's like, oh my God, butterflies are gone. Something is wrong. No.
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of people, this is where they chuck up the deuces, because they're just like, oh, something's got to be wrong. Things don't feel the same way. It's not working. I'm out. Not realizing that you got to push past this stage. It's just another stage of love that you have to go through. Nothing is necessarily wrong per se. It's just another phase that you're going through, where things are not always going to be roses and butterflies. That's just life.
Yeah. Yeah, you realize that they have morning breath.
Boy, if you don't...
They smell when they go to the bathroom. They have gas.
Hey.
And then you also see some of those other personality traits that are deeper than just they got gas.
Right.
That you may not necessarily love. And you have to figure, are these things toxic? Or are there things we can work through?
Right.
And then if you work through them, you get to stage 4, which is real love.
Real love.
So real love is when you wake up every morning and you choose to stay.
Right.
It's not about emotions. It's not about the feeling. And don't get it twisted. The emotions and the feelings are still there.
Yeah.
They're just not the intense overriding where they override logic.
Right.
And they override how you think, and you can't get the person off your mind.
Because that's the infatuation
That's
stage.
infatuation. But there's a point where you choose every morning that I'm going to stay.
Right.
And where the emotions and your logic are coming together to create the bond, as opposed to just running off of emotion. That is the real love stage. This stage right here, if you can get to this stage, a lot of people can tend to have a strong relationship with just this. But everybody wants to get to stage 5.
Yes, which is building.
Yes.
Which, real talk, they were in stage 5 already.
Yeah.
Because they've built their life. They've created their life through YouTube. They've been building. But again, like we said, with stages of love, they don't necessarily go in order. And you can go in order, but then go all the way back to stage 1.
Right.
It just depends on life and what happens, because they actually broke up some years ago. I don't remember what the specifics was of it, but
I remember, but I'm not going to talk about it. Go to the channel, you can see for yourself.
Yeah. We really like watching them because they're funny, and they're good people. Like, they really try to put positive vibes out there, and we're all about positive vibes.
Yeah,
anybody who's spreading love and positivity,
that's right,
we want to rock with
that's
you.
right.
Okay, so they broke up, or she broke up with him apparently a few years ago, and I would imagine that this might be the same reasoning. It could be something similar. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure, but I just hope that they're able to basically find their way back to each other and understand that these are just stages, because if they don't, I'm afraid that more so Angelica, and I'm speaking specifically to her because it was evident in the breakup video that this was something that was more one-sided that she wanted, and it happened before, which was also one-sided, even though I know in the video they said it was both of them, but
it was obvious.
He seemed to be way more willing to be like, okay, we could take a break,
you can work it out,
you can go away for a couple of weeks and then come back or what have you, but she was just like,
break up.
Yeah, and of course we don't know all the ins and outs. We don't know what happens behind cameras.
We're only going off of what they said in the video,
right?
Because that's all we have to go on,
right?
So anything extra that they have going on, that's between them.
Yeah,
they share what they want to,
right?
But we're just talking about the things that they can fix from what they showed,
right? That
might get them back together if that's what they want to do,
right? Which I really hope they do, because I really love them.
I'm be honest with you, man. I was looking at the videos, you know what I'm saying, and I was looking at the new girl. I'm gonna just tell you right now, the new girl ain't it for you, Richie.
Boy, if you don't.
Not that she's a bad person.
She's
just not for you. And the way that everything's moving right now is certain things that she don't understand about relationships. That y'all situation is not gonna be long term.
No. For
her to come in and want to be your rebound girl is a bad look. That means there's certain things about relationships that she don't quite understand yet. If I were her and I saw you have feelings for you and I wanted to really like get with you, this, that, and the third,
I'm not gonna be knocking on your door.
I wouldn't be knocking on your door the next day after you broke up
with the girl that you've been for the past 5 years.
Nah, that's not the move. He gonna need time to get over that.
Okay.
And so you know,
watch yourself, Richie.
So that's not gonna be a move. I mean, he's trying to be nice and still, because she's making him forget about how much he's hurting. Right. Which we understand. Which I get it.
Well, some of us understand.
I get it.
Some people are just like, oh no, he didn't. Yeah, I'm like, pump your brakes, calm down.
He's not gonna sit there and he's right. I'm not gonna sit here and just be feeling bad. And I get it. He was very upfront with the girl. Look, I ain't really trying to do nothing. I just broke up with my girl. I'm still heartbroken. Right. If you want to hang out that bad, cool. Right. But I ain't gonna be, and she not listening. Yeah. She just not listening. But I mean, you know, she shooting her shot. She already in it. I don't know. I don't know. But hopefully they get back together. Just looking at the energy that they brought. The energy that we were feeding off was so positive. When you find somebody who has that energy that just waters everything around them, it's something to consider holding on to, because that's rare. Right. So hopefully you guys got something from this. I'll link their channel in the description below. Like I said, if nothing else, you can go watch their older videos. Nothing from the past month. Their older videos, go watch those, okay? Because they're good people, and you guys can kind of see what we're talking about. But hopefully you guys found something in there that you can identify with, and it'll help you in your current or future relationships. Okay, sorry about that, battery died. But yeah, hopefully you guys got some good tips and you can apply it to your relationships. All right, but that's gonna sum it up for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and especially that share part and that subscribe part. Actually, all of it. Just make sure you guys do all of it, okay? All right. Please help us out. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Till then, deuces. Press the off button.